just to bow down your heart.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Man, our show is vindicated once again. We got constant hate for asking too many questions early on in the Trump administration about Jeffrey Epstein and the release of these files. The full Jeffrey Epstein files have not been released, not even close. We don't know really anything new. From what we hear, they're working on it. Okay, fine. But maybe this can be a little bit of gunpowder in the chamber for the release of those files, given the fact that Jeffrey Epstein's chief accuser and whistleblower, a woman named Virginia Roberts, who died by suicide just 1 week ago, has no explanation for her death. Perhaps it is incumbent to now release as much as we possibly can that the last remaining witnesses to the horrific, monstrous crimes of Jeffrey Epstein are being systematically killed. Virginia Roberts, one of Jeffrey Epstein's most prominent abuse survivors, dies by suicide. This is a woman who was paid millions, tens of millions of pounds by the royal family because she was sex trafficked to the royal family. She says that she's witnessed Bill Clinton and many other world leaders, political leaders, on camera, that they're all on camera. And she is a personal fact witness to all of this. Virginia Roberts was also mysteriously hit by a bus in the middle of the Australian outback in a rural location, leading to her near death. She posted she was about to die, and then, lo and behold, she was suicided. She was suicided, of course, just a couple of years after posting, "I'm not suicidal." I'm making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I've made this known to my therapist. If something is to happen to me for the sake of my family, do not let it go away. Help protect me. Evil people want to see me quieted. Rest in peace, Virginia Roberts. The best thing we can possibly do for your memory, because she's a very, very brave person and spoke out against the most powerful and monstrous intel operation in the world, is to find the truth about what happened to Virginia Roberts. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been some massive, dramatic updates in this story. First, of course, her saying she's not suicidal has gone viral. Now her father is speaking out. Her father is saying she did not die by suicide. Well, wait a second. I thought her family released a statement saying that this was just some type of tragedy and this is just the result of sexual abuse and so on. But listen, while I'm not questioning the official family statement, what I'm saying is you have provided zero evidence that this is the official story. You just provide a statement. That's not how it works anymore. We don't just believe statements from ubiquitous family, like the family. And here's the family, I mean, her father, saying, no. Somebody got to her. Listen to this.
About your reaction when you heard that she'd taken her life.
Well, first of all, I couldn't even believe it. I started crying right away. I'm still crying. I can't believe that this is happening. It's impossible. And then for them to say that she committed suicide, there's no way that she did. Somebody got to her.
Okay. Okay, so now can we officially say that the family says she didn't commit suicide? Here's the reporting out of the New York Post. Virginia Roberts' father, her name is Roberts. She went by Gouffre. She decided to change her name, but she's in Virginia Roberts as all the court documents and in all of the reporting. Okay, so I'm just going to call her Virginia Roberts. Her father's name is Sky Roberts, and he says she didn't die by suicide. Somebody got to her. Father of Epstein victim Virginia Roberts does not believe that his daughter died by suicide, instead insisting that somebody got to her. Grieving his daughter's death on Thursday, Sky Roberts refuted his family's claim that Virginia, the most prominent victim of the disgraced Epstein financier, could have taken her own life. No way, he said on Piers Morgan. I can't believe that this is happening. It's just impossible. And then for them to say that she committed suicide, there's no way that she did. Somebody got to her. Roberts was found dead in her home in rural Australia last week. Her family confirming that she had committed suicide and left a note behind with a final message. Okay, well, where's the note? Where's the evidence? I'm like, again, we don't just believe things because somebody released a statement. Roberts said that he continues to sob over his daughter's death, describing Virginia as a survivor who stood strong for others despite the horrors that she experienced by Epstein. True. As somebody who actually got out of a bad situation and made a good situation out of it, she was helping a lot of other young people feel like they could go through pain like that. I think she's very strong. She was strong. And that's why I don't think that she committed suicide. She had too much to live for. She had her foundation, he added, about Virginia's advocacy work. In a 2029 tweet, she said that she's not suicidal. Guess who else says she's not suicidal? Her freaking lawyer. Jeffrey Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre's lawyer cast doubt on the suicide. We got big question marks over it, says the lawyer. Lawyer for Jeffrey Epstein victim Virginia Roberts. We've got big question marks over the whole suicide story. When I got a call, I was like, are you joking? Because there was no sign that something was wrong. And this is, of course, material in these kind of instances. The lawyers are called as material witnesses. Loudon, the name of the lawyer, said she's represented Virginia since January and expressed skepticism over the family's shocking announcement, taking her own life. There's suicide, and then there's misadventure. I didn't see her in the room. I wasn't there. The family said that, we shouldn't speculate over what happened. Here's all I'm trying to say. Jeffrey Epstein had unlimited amounts of money. Could people be bought off? Of course they can. Of course people have been bought off for this. This is exactly what happens. You change someone's life. You can just add 7 zeros to their bank account, 20 zeros to their bank account, and they'll shut up and they'll say anything that you want. You just find the corrupt weak links in the family. This is how this stuff's done. You can go check the confidential human sources for the FBI. A lot of that stuff's public. They pay enough people enough money and they'll turn on anyone or anything. Giuffre's death came just weeks after she took to social media to claim that she had just days to live after allegedly being injured in a collision with a school bus. Still no police report on that. Still nobody knows who's driving the school bus. School bus didn't stop. Nobody filed a report. And there's photos of her in the hospital, getting completely banged up. Wow, what's that all about? Well, here's what it's all about. Flight logs show Bill Clinton on sex offenders jet. Much more than previously known. What do we know? Well, let's talk to Donald Trump. Here's Donald Trump's initial reaction to this death announcement.
Do you have a reaction to Virginia Giuffre's suicide in Australia?
Well, it's a very sad situation, the whole thing. That whole situation is very sad, her and others. And so certainly that's a horrible thing, horrible.
Her and others. Well, who else? Who else, President Trump? We call this good trouble. We want President Trump and his administration to be held accountable. That's why we keep asking about Jeffrey Epstein. That's why we're the first people to ask, and we'll probably be the last. President Trump gives update on the Epstein files. It's going to be released. It's moving along. It's moving along pretty rapidly, says President Trump. This interview from a month ago. I'm a realist on these things. I understand that there is clearly foreign espionage involved. There is clearly an operation that happened on American soil that would be humiliating for many people to realize that the American government can allow your death in federal custody. There's probably billions of dollars of lawsuit if the truth were to come out about what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. And we asked Matt Gaetz about this. Matt Gaetz went on our program and just sat there on a live stream and just straight up said what happened, what he believes happened. And Matt Gaetz was on the Intel committee. He was on all these big committees. And he's one of those truth seekers. He said that the American government allowed a foreign government to kill Jeffrey Epstein in prison and just turned off the lights. Is that what happened here to Virginia Roberts? Hot damn. We're going to need some answers. Here's what Matt Gaetz said on our show. It's the best description we've ever heard yet about what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. Pray for Virginia Roberts. Frankly, she deserved protective custody. She deserved better than this. Now her father and her lawyer are saying that this didn't happen. The suicide didn't happen. And I always found it amazing that it broke in NBC, right? NBC is just one final note here. NBC is like an organ of the deep state. It's an organ of the Clintons. NBC is owned and operated. They hired Chelsea Clinton, right? They hired the Bush twin. NBC is not to be trusted. The fact that it broke there really seems by design. Anyway, here's what Matt Gaetz told us. Have a listen. Let me know in the comment section what you think truly happened here. Why is the world's foremost pederast protected? This makes no sense. Like this is like evil, right? Like everyone agrees on it. It's like you got a 99%
on
issue.
Epstein. Bill Barr is the one that needs to be called in to give sworn testimony on what happened there at Bureau of Prisons, because that is not that. There's just no way that the story you're getting is the real story there. No freaking way, and Bill Barr knows it.
I think most people believe that, right? And like it's like no way that that's.
I actually think it was
true.
I actually think that on Epstein, it was a foreign government that took him out. I don't think it was a domestic enterprise.
Really?
I do. I'm not going to say which one, but I don't think it was domestic inspired to take out of him. I think that was a foreign operation, government sponsored.
So foreign operation took out Epstein inside of our prison.
Yes.
So they must have been allowed to.
Oh, I think it was
Right?
in concert with people in our government.
Wow.
But not at like some, low level guard getting bribed kind of way.
Yeah.
At a state to state level.
So wow. So that's probably a lot of party interests in keeping that under wraps.
You better believe it. Weapon systems at play, global deals at play.
Interesting. You have evidence to back that up?
I just am positing it as a theory.
Wow. Okay. What about UFOs?
Well, we're learning more each and every day. You're getting the titrated leaking on the UFOs. Like it's now open source information that the CIA has a program around craft recovery. It's not a question anymore. And so that's probably where I would start, the craft recovery and the biologics that have been